Able to. Now, we are memory. This is the punch board that we have coming up for you now. This is where we're going to continue to create and design. So it goes beautifully with the mink, right? Because again, you got the foil, you got the beautiful glitter finish, and then you go ahead and start creating these looks. So whether you're doing an album, whether you're doing a keepsake, whether you're doing, I was saying actually to my guest Amber, you know those shaker cards? Absolutely adore this. $19.95. This is the frame punch board, and I'm talking about any size frame. You know, perfect rounded corners in the inside as well. Something that you'd normally have to mess around with a little pair of scissors, a little staple, a little knife to be able to fix that up. You're getting everything in here, but most importantly, in this hour right now, you're going to see my guest create and design with this very piece. Come on in, Amber. Welcome. Here she is.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. What a glorious day.
It is. I'm so excited to be here. I'm always happy to come here and craft with you.
So show me.
All right. So I want to just give you an idea of what does the frame punch board do.
Yes.
So imagine you have scrap paper at home. I know you have it because I have tons of it. Imagine being able to take this piece of scrap paper, punch out the center of that scrap paper, and then create something like this. Beautiful frames around your photos, but it's just not for photos. This can be used, like you said, for shaker cards.
Love those.
But before we get into what all the things you can do with it, let me show you exactly how it works. This is the We Are Memory Keepers frame punch board. If you're familiar with our punch boards, you know what high quality they are. This punch board will allow you to take paper and punch from the center of it. So like you said, instead of having to take a craft knife to do this.
Right.
I use that punch here. This is the punching area right here. I punch from the center of it, and then I'm just gonna keep turning and doing that. So you're gonna first use this area over here, which is kind of that inner corner punch. And I'm gonna get something like this. Okay. Then I'm gonna move over here to the cutting board. I'm gonna place my pegs. This is gonna allow you to control the width of your frame. So I can make a very thin frame or I can make a very thick frame. And I'm going to use the cutter that's, again, right on board as they are with all of our punch boards, because we want you to have everything that you need right at your fingertips. And you're gonna go right around in a circle, and you're going to, or in a square I should say, and use that nested in the track there to cut out the center. And just like that, I've created a perfect frame. And from that, you can create all sorts of projects. Like you said, you can create shaker cards, you can create banners, you can create all sorts of things. So that's kind of the basics of how it works. So let me show you how I like to use it. I love to use it to frame photos. You know, instead of, if you're gonna create a cool little gallery wall maybe in your home, again, I'm gonna start there with the punch on that first corner. It's gonna punch on the inside, okay? Then I'm gonna turn it, I'm gonna keep going. Now I can go fast. Now that I've shown you how to do it, we can really pick up speed.
And again, I remind you that, you know, we upload all these shows onto YouTube, so you can actually go back, relive, relook, and see that. But one thing's for sure, and I read this with the reviews, 21 perfect 5 out of 5-star reviews on this, and that was at full price. It's now $19.95. We're doing 2 flex pays of $9.98, and if you're adding this to your order, remember, everything you add into your basket today, only $5 on your shipping. But many of the reviews talked about the fact that, number one, they were big fans of We Are Memory Keepers, right? They got many of the different cords, they got all the little punch. But one thing is the ease of use. You know, it's one thing. You know, one thing they say about, you know, seeing these items, thinking, oh wow, that'd be wonderful. But Amber's such an expert. Anna's such an expert. But the beautiful thing about this is that not only is it inspires us, but actually makes it incredibly user-friendly to be able to do that. And I mean, we're doing smaller cards here, but really, this is any size frame you could do with this.
You can do anything up to a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and I kind of messed up that other one, so we're gonna move on to this one. But see here, I've chosen to make a thinner frame. And this is a great way to not only embellish your photos, but if you wanna make cards and kind of create a finishing touch on it, a frame is a great way to go. So I've created, oops, I got one side to go. I'm gonna move that over here and trim right down the center. And just like that, I've created a frame. So I can pop in a little sentiment here, put that on the front of a card, just like that. Add a little embellishment here, maybe a sticker.
I said it before with Anna. You know, one of the things that I would be absolutely guilty of this. You go to the wall of cards that you see there in the supermarket, department stores, whatever. And I'm talking about greeting cards, right? And you can spend some serious money. Now, at the end of the day, what ends up happening with those? Those cards put in the recycling. With these are keepsakes.
These are handmade.
Right, these are handmade.
And what I love about it is that We Are Memory Keepers, what we love to do is make it doable and so that it's handmade, but it also has that level of perfection and professional look to it. What I did right here, and I want to show you, is each of these pegs, both here and here, will allow you to control the thickness of your border.
Yep.
Down here, though, we have a corner rounder, so I can put my paper in here and round that corner and get a perfectly rounded corner on there as well. So we've got lots of tools in one on this punch board.
And I think I'm sure that's, you know, when it comes to We Are Memory Keepers, it's one of those things that for all the years that people have built their popularity and love for this brand, is that they always come back and improve. You know what I mean? Like they come through.
Oh, we're innovators.
That's
totally,
what I'm saying.
totally.
Constantly.
Yes,
listening, and this is one of the things that HSN has also made HSN so great, is listening to the people who go ahead and use the products and come back and say to us, hey, wouldn't it be great you go ahead and do, so you could do the rounded corners on the same product, as opposed to having to go buy something else. Now you've got the one item for less than $20. Do a flex pay of less than $10, and we'll send this straight out to you. Do your flex pay, and it's all there.
I want to make sure you guys know also, you know those cute Polaroid photos, the Instax kind of style photos? You can create frames just like that on your punch board. So you just again, because you have complete control over the width of your border, you can create a thinner width on one side and a thicker one on the other. I'm going to show you. I just did that. I punched out.
So we get to shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Shake it like a Polaroid. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
I mean, it was there.
It had to be said.
I had to go for it.
It had to be said, right? It had to be said.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Remember Polaroid pictures? So you get the Polaroid picture frame. We're going to be showing you that as well. $19.95. I know there's a lot of you on the phone lines, and we thank you for your orders. One thing I'll say for sure is that this is a jam-packed show. I know there was a massive crafting event last week. None of these items are in that crafting event, so you get the chance to be able to get in on these as well right now. Look at you design.
And I want to show you, now that I've kind of gone through and shown you how quick and easy it is to make these, look at this. This is a great way to kind of feature a part of a photo, is to use that that frame and pop it up off the page a little bit. You know, if I just got school photos back for my son, and this would be a great way to frame those and give them away and give them to the grandparents and give them to family members. Put a little frame around that photo, and it makes it a little more special. Make ornaments out of it even.
I find it funny, you know, with grandparent idea, you know, when you send those photos, because I mean, they all love, of course, the school photos each and every year, and if you're a grandparent, you know what we're talking about, the way that you have almost like that shrine. Yes, absolutely. My father-in-law down in Miami, he has his office, and I tell you what, if there's a blank piece of wall in there, I'm very surprised. There's grandkids everywhere, but the beauty about this is it then takes it to the next level, makes it very much personalized. The fact that you'll be able to, you know, change it, put the words on it, be able to make sure that you get these beautiful frames, and as you say, really bring some true attention to the subject in the photo.
So I actually have a photo right here that I'm going to show you what I would typically do with it. So I make a little, you know, I made a Polaroid style, Instax style frame. Okay. So I'm going to, oh, you know what? I didn't do that right. Let's start with another one.
Let's start another one.
Let's start another one. All right, here we go.
So this will again do a frame up to 12 inch. Is that what you said?
Yes, this will go up to 12 inches.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep, we can go up to 12 inches. So I'm going to punch around in a square just like that. And then I'm going to, because I punched here, I punch out the center of that paper, where you would typically have to use a maybe a craft knife or something that's a little less precise and a lot more of a pain to use. Now I can cut right out of the middle of my paper just like that.
Okay.
So I can keep turning and keep cutting just like that. Keep turning, and move that up a little bit. And as you know, this is a great way to use your scraps. You know, if you have a lot of paper scraps.
I love the repurposing, right? Because there's going to be those occasions where you're doing other crafting, you've got those little offcuts, those sorts of things, beautiful piece of glitter, a beautiful design. You thought, I'll just keep that. We all know when it comes to your crafting room, you've got drawers with just those little pieces that you thought, you know, one day. This is the way of being able to use those one-day pieces.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and I don't like to throw away my scraps.
That's my point.
Because I have a little, you know.
That's my point.
I'm not going to call it.
Because as sure as you do, that day will come and you're like, where's that gold foil piece that I had
I just wanted
from
a
the
little
piece
bit.
outside?
I just wanted a little bit of it.
Right?
And now you can use it. And how pretty, a gold foil piece. Are you kidding me? How beautiful would that be as a frame? Are you kidding me? That would be perfect.
Okay, $19.95 on this one. One flex pay of $9.98. Remember, $5 on all your crafting goodies that you're buying today. Amber, thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Everything created. Do us a favor, go to our